Hey guys, AlexM975 here today, and in today's video I wanted to compare which is a better franchise, the Mario franchise or the Pokemon franchise. And this is basically overall the games they've released over all the consoles, which is a better franchise. Obviously I'm not going to be going off success, because for success it would be definitely going to the Mario franchise. I wanted to go off which is actually a better game franchise. Now I did just make a video on this channel discussing my love for the Pokemon XY series, and that video did really well and I was really happy with that. But that is not biased, because the first commentary video on this channel I was discussing why Nintendo's so great and basically more focused on why Mario is so great. So I love both franchises and I'd like to compare today. Now, although I played the Mario franchise more, that's because they had more of a broader type of game franchise, and that's the first thing I want to discuss. Although Pokemon is probably a better game on its own, the Pokemon game, all the games are very similar. Now, there is big changes, but they are got the same baseline topic. Now, I know you could say the same thing for the Mario Bros series, but let's be fair here, Mario has made so many different things with all the sports games, with Mario Galaxy, with Mario Party. It's a much bigger franchise. But I would give that point to Mario, but the other thing is that which one is more consistent is definitely Pokemon. There's not a bad Pokemon game that I've heard of. Now there is those obscure ones, but I'm not going to be counting them because they go for Mario as well. But for Pokemon, the mainline franchise games are usually all brilliant, whereas with Mario, it's hit or miss. There is some flop games on in the Mario series, which everyone knows. Whereas with Pokemon, I think you're going to get a pretty decent game and sometimes an S-tier game. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about was the quality of the games. And for the quality, that is very hard to do. The very hard thing to compare with that is because Mario is so broad. Because if you go off Mario Galaxy, the quality is so good there. But then if you go off Mario Bros, you can see the quality isn't so good there. Whereas with Pokemon, it's consistently great. But I will still give this point to Pokemon because although it's the consistency as well, Pokemon is always evolving. With Pokemon XY, that was one of my favorite looking games. That was such a good game. And with the newer Pokemon games, it's always brilliant. Whereas with Mario, again, it's hit or miss. And the other topic I wanted to talk about was, now this isn't really a comparison, this is just one thing I want to say with Pokemon, is that it's an open world type game, which is, in my opinion, a really cool thing to do. Now I know there is games on Mario with that as well, but they've never been done as well as they have done with Pokemon, and that is just my opinion. Now I know there's Mario Odyssey, but I still think that Pokemon is better at doing it. And I do have to say, at the moment, if I had to choose right now, I would rather play a Pokemon game than a Mario game. But to sum up, I would say that the Mario series is better, because the one problem is that Pokemon doesn't change up their franchise. Their mainline franchise is always the same game with new Pokemon and all, but it's the same baseline game. And some people do like that. But because Mario took the risk of broadening out its horizons by making different style games, and some of them being S tier like Mario Galaxy, I think Mario gets the point for being the better franchise. And that's not to say, as I just said, I would rather play Pokemon right now. And any Pokemon game is better than most Mario games. But Mario has so many games that are brilliant. So Mario is a much better franchise because it's more broad. And unfortunately, Pokemon is kind of stuck in its own route now, where they've made it a tradition to make the same game with different Pokemon, different place, but it's the same type of game. But that's not taking anything away from it. At the moment, I really love Pokemon and I've really been getting into it, and I'm happy that my Pokemon video did do well. When a lot of videos on this channel have been doing bad lately, the Pokemon video did do well, and that's something I really do like talking about, so I would like to talk about Pokemon a lot more. But to be fair, and this isn't a biased opinion, because if I was going off bias, I'd actually choose Pokemon, but looking overall by the stats and all, Mario is definitely better. And this isn't by popularity stats, but by basically the broadness, but also quality. Even though Pokemon did get the point for quality, Mario has so many different types of games that need different types of qualities. So I do think Mario is a more better franchise. And I know most people would agree with that, but the Pokemon fan base would definitely disagree with it. But Nintendo owns both of these series, so there's definitely no competition around them. And they're definitely both of Nintendo's two most successful franchise by a long shot. There's no comparison with that. But I do think Mario obviously even goes well farther than Pokemon. But then there's another point for Pokemon for actually TV series, because Pokemon have consistently for years been the only good video game franchise really that I know of, whereas Mario has only just got good with its 2022 I think or 2023 movie, the Mario Bros movie, which was obviously a huge success, but it still isn't as good as the Pokemon TV shows and all the Pokemon movies. So Pokemon definitely gets a point for that. But even though I gave it to Mario, do not get me wrong, it is very tight, and I personally would like to choose Pokemon, but I can't not say Mario because it's definitely Mario. But I would say it's like Mario franchise is like a 9.5 out of 10 and Pokemon franchise is a 9 out of 10. That's what I would say. So it's a very tight competition, and I know this video is very, very short because my channel doesn't really do comparison videos because my videos are usually short, but I would love to make an in-depth video about this. But I'll probably be making more videos on Pokemon in the near future, so if you'd like to see that, please comment it down below. Sorry it's been a while since I uploaded. I just needed a break, and also this channel kind of needed a break. The videos on this channel, as I just said, haven't been doing very well. I've been trying all different types of things, and most of them have flopped. Apart from that Pokemon video, which if that can consistently work, great, we can move on to that for now for the channel, which I'd be happy to do because that's probably the game I've been playing the most right now. So yeah, I'd be really excited to do that. But that could have been a once-off, but I'll have to see. This video will have a lot to do to see with that, because I've kind of moved off Fortnite now because I made a lot of videos on that, and I've stopped playing Fortnite as much, and also I think the views have kind of stopped on Fortnite, so there's a lot of points for that, and all the other videos I made have done kind of bad. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.